Hey everybody, I'm Sean. Welcome to another episode of Angling Spiders. Welcome back everybody. On today's episode, it is another Gear Review Wednesday and another different type of underwater fishing camera. This time a camera sent to me by Chasing. This is the Chasing CF1, and this is a very different kind of underwater camera for a number of reasons that I will get into when I get into the unboxing. So why don't we just go inside and see what comes inside the box, and I'll talk about some of the features. All right, so let's have a look at what comes in the box for the CanFish CF1 live fishing camera. Okay, the first thing you're going to notice when you open the box is the quick start guide. That it tells you everything that should be in the box, as well as some of these QR codes that give you more instructions and also take you to the Chasing website. After that, you've got things like the warranty card and some hardware. And then underneath that, you've got the main unit itself. So this is what comes in the box for the Chasing CF1 camera. On the right-hand side here, you've got the cable spool with 30 meters of cable and a couple of attachment points. One of them is to attach it directly to the base unit. The other is to attach it to the camera. Right next to the cable, we have the base unit or the base station itself. And this is what you're going to attach the camera cable to. And then next to that, we've got the camera itself. It's currently got a rubberized cover on it, so that it protects the lens. And you can see here the overall makeup of the camera with the attachment point on the back. One thing that's very unique about this Chasing CF1 camera is that it does not come with any type of screen. And that is by design, because underneath the base unit here, you've got a number of cables, and you can see them here, including the charge cable, that are there to allow you to hook this unit to another device. So you do not actually have a built-in screen. This is going to either hook to an iPad or an iPhone. And if you're using those types of devices, you have an app that you can upload onto your phone and control the camera using the app. So I'm going to show you all that in a moment, but that's what makes this difference. The other difference with this camera than some of the other cameras that I've been previewing is that this camera is not designed for horizontal use in the water column. You're not going to get this thing to float because it's attached to the cable. It's going to either be vertical, looking straight down the hole, or you can sit it on the bottom. It's got a weight that allows you to sit this thing on the bottom. So if you've got a relatively clean bottom, it will just sit on the bottom. But you are not going to have this camera sitting midway through the water column in a horizontal position. It is not going to work for that. So if you're in a typical ice fishing situation, you're probably going to be either viewing it straight down the hole on top of your hook, or you need a relatively clean bottom so that this thing can sit on the bottom. If you're in a lot of weeds, this is not going to work on the bottom. Okay, the next step is to get the app installed so I can show you how this camera is controlled and also get the camera charged. All right, everybody, I've now got this unboxed. The next thing to do is to get this unit charged. In order to do that, I need to go to the side here. You'll see this rubberized flap that's covering the charge port as well as the SD card slot. There is an SD card in here. It comes preloaded with a 16 gigabyte SD card. And then you have the charge port for the unit. This port is the same port that's used to hook your device to as well. So it comes with two different data cables. One of them for iPhone, iPad type, and another one that I'm assuming is for a phone like a Google or something that you can connect it to. The only other port on this unit is on the front here, and this is where you will connect your cable system to. And so I want to get this plugged in. One thing I will also mention with the Chasing CF1 is they do not include a plug base unit so to charge this. So you will need something like a power box that you would use to charge an iPhone. All right, so I've plugged the unit into charge, and as you can see, it does have a charging indicator, which is good. And the next step that I'm going to do is use that QR code on the instructions to download the Chasing CF1 app onto my iPhone. Okay, so what I did to get the app is I used the quick start guide here, and I scanned the QR code on the right hand side called the Chasing G02 app and downloaded it onto my phone. So this is the result. Once you open the app, you can see the chasing products that this app uses, and of course we're interested in the CF1. And what's interesting about this is you can see that you can connect to the CF1 base unit in two different ways. You can do a wired connection, which they recommend, and that's going to use the data cable that comes with the camera. But you can also use a wireless connection, which I think is really interesting. So if you do not want a cable and you just want to be looking at your camera, including when you're not sitting necessarily right beside it, you can hook up to this thing wirelessly. All right, so if we want to use the wireless connection, the first thing we've got to do is make sure it's connected to the CF1 portable Wi-Fi signal. So you click next. I already connected, but basically what it tells you to do is go to your Wi-Fi signal where you would connect to Wi-Fi and find the chasing specific Wi-Fi signal, connect to that, which I did, come back to the app, and you can start using. So there you go. As you can see, I am now wirelessly connected to the chasing unit, which can be sitting in, wherever I'm fishing. The camera's down and I can access it from my phone. From here, there's a menu, which interestingly enough even includes starting a live broadcast if you wanted to do that. But if you're just watching it, there you go. You are connected. You're seeing what's on the camera. If I move the camera around here, you can definitely see that it's working. And you hit this button and you can also record. And now I am recording video. This is probably one of the more easy to use underwater cameras from this perspective because it is not tied to a cable. You can tether it to your phone or to another device like an iPad if you want to, but the wireless feature to me is far more interesting because you could technically be looking at your camera and not be sitting directly next to your camera. Now, one thing that I need to get tested on this is what is the Wi-Fi signal range of the base unit to see how far away you could be from the camera in order to pick up that signal. All right, you guys, so here I'm at my desk. I'm currently looking at the camera, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk away and see how far I can get from this base unit to see if I can still see what's being watched on my phone here. All right, so I am a good distance away from my desk and I can still see and I still have a signal. Let's keep going. All right, everybody, I'm now on my front porch. I am a total distance of my house away from the unit. Still connected. Let's go outside. All right, you guys, it just disconnected right here. As you can see, I'm standing outside my house and the unit just disconnected and it just reconnected. So that tells you you can be a pretty good distance away from that camera and still be viewing it on your phone while it's under the water. Now that is pretty cool. And remember, the signal is coming from the base unit, so it's going to be your distance to the base unit, not the camera. All right, everyone, that is going to do it for this unboxing episode. I will be using this camera in a couple of different ways very soon, and of course I will follow up with that footage. First and foremost, I would like to thank Chasing once again for sending me the CF1 and their other cameras in the past, the inline underwater camera as well. Really appreciate you trusting me to review these things. And for all of you, I hope it's informative if some of you are looking for these types of cameras for yourselves in the future. With that, I am going to close this one out. Thanks again, everyone, for your support. If you liked the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and until next time, good fishing.